Okay, so the name of this position is called the seatbelt overhook or the seatbelt and whizzer. Jermaine has a seatbelt right across my back. I've got what's known as an overhook or a whizzer here. Now, this is a very close position. I feel that at the most upper levels, the guy with the seatbelt is in the better position and should win from here. But for a long time, this could be a neutral position. Even the guy with the overhook might be in a better position so you really know what you're doing here. Okay, so let's talk about little kid options first. Very common for little kids. Both of us have the option of reaching across, hitting a throw. Okay? Jermaine can do the same thing to me. It doesn't matter who's got the seatbelt to the overhook. Okay? I'm calling these little kid or kid wrestling options because a lot of times if Jermaine reaches across, it's a mistake for him. Because notice he's the one reaching. He's more out of position than I am. Same thing vice versa. If I reach across, he can just grab the inside of my forearm and toss me. Okay, so we'll just show that. Let's go ahead and reach across for mine. Okay, so when guys are new at wrestling, the reaction times aren't quick enough, and this will often be a good idea. As you get to wrestle against better opponents, it tends to not be a good idea because it's putting you out of position. One more time. Catch it. Okay, so those are some options. A mistake option for the guy with the seatbelt. Right? Actually, let's talk over them first. So, let's talk probably the best strategy for the guy with the overhook. The guy with the overhook would like to put a lot of pressure on me. I'd like Jermaine head to the mat. So I want to get up on my feet, driving away from him. You can try to stay up off your head, but I want to put pressure on him. If I can put pressure on him, for one, it weakens his seatbelt, right? And it can allow me to get out to the front, so I have a quarter Nelson. Let's stand a little bit from here. Ready? Go. As far as I'm concerned, I just won. Obviously, my position wasn't good, but like I said, I feel that the seatbelt is a stronger position, so even if I can get out of it, I'll be happy with it, okay? So I want to put him down. Let's talk about the main mistake that either one of us could make right now. The main mistake is don't step over the whizzer, okay? So the whizzer is the overhook. Go ahead, step over it. Go, try to circle all the way around it. Let's take a look at that again. He jumps over it, I just keep it, put him on his head. Boom. And then here's where we land. Very hard position for him to get out of. Vice versa, he's got the seatbelt, I've got the overhook. It doesn't matter, I can't step over the seatbelt either. If I try to step over, same type of thing. Hips in front, better than hips behind, okay? Basic principle of throwing in general, the same thing here. Now, some mistake options from the seatbelt that will work for a while, okay? This happens off the single as well as the seatbelt. Guys will try to get away with the limp arm, okay? Now, if you're slippery, right, especially if you step over this ankle, you can do it real fast. It's great, and a lot of guys that don't expect it, this will work really good on limp arm and get on top of them. Now you can do that from here. More effectively, you can do it from when I'm stepped over the ankle already, so I'm in like an ankle ace. Boom, I throw it, and I'm behind him. And I've even seen guys step over the whizzer as they do it, which is pretty cool, a little dangerous, but might work for you. Now, in my opinion, the limp arm is a total mistake, and I'll show you how I beat pretty much the limp arm every time a guy tries to do it. So Jermaine's going to go for the limp arm now. Go ahead, limp arm. And I'm just going to catch it. Now, if you recognize the position, we're in a Russian, right? We're right by a Russian. I'm just going to go straight into my climb behind series, put pressure on him and go behind him. Okay? This happens almost every time a guy does a limp arm to me. I'll show it again. All I do, he goes to hit his limp arm. I just catch it. All I do is tighten up on it. It's that simple. Boom. He's trapped. Now he's in bad position. Double up on it. Pressure. Try to get his head to the mat. Come behind. Body lock. Okay? Body lock is not going to be clasping yet, just so you know. It's only clasping once I've been awarded the takedown. So I'll often body lock from neutral. The same thing may happen when Jermaine stepped over my leg. Step over my leg this time, right? You're over there. Go ahead, hit that limp arm again. Boom. Fine. Climb behind. Pressure. Here I am. Going straight to my body lock. If the ref hasn't given me two yet, I'll get my two. Now I got my two. I'll let go of my lock. Okay? The limp arm. Probably a mistake. It might be working for you now. I guarantee you it doesn't keep working for you for that much longer. Now, Let's just show that once off a single since we're talking about it. Here we are sitting on a single. Go ahead, hit your limp arm. Trapped, caught, climb behind. Score. Okay? Good. Find this underhook type of position is the beef Wellington. The beef Wellington is from here. I'm going to take this hand that's here and I'm going to bring it up here to an underhook. Now it's not the beef Wellington yet. It becomes the beef Wellington now. Okay? All of a sudden I have a lot of pressure on Jermaine's shoulder. Okay? Jermaine's position is decent. He's already up on the leg, which is pretty smart. Notice Jermaine try to crank your overhook right now. Start cranking your overhook. Yeah, put pressure on Jermaine. Watch it. Now keep putting pressure. You see how your overhook just changed, right? He loses a lot of pressure from his overhook when I come up here. For some reason, it takes the leverage away from him, and he no longer has a strong position. And this beef Wellington is a very strong position. It's popular in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You can do a lot of Jiu-Jitsu attacks with it. So let's just go over what the position is. I'm going to grab here, locking wrestler's grip with my palm facing his ear, okay? Facing away, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it tight into my chest. You can see it's very much a shoulder lock. And there's a couple ways we can finish from here. For one, I can just hip into him, take him over like that with it. Okay? Another thing I might consider doing, I normally don't, but I may consider, once I start cranking it over, right? Once I come here, I may consider transitioning to a cement mixer, a cow catch, or whatever you like to call it, which is a guaranteed pinning position once you know the position well enough. Another thing that I might do, especially what it looks like I'm going to do against Jermaine here, is because he's up, I'm going to force him to step over the Whizzer, over the Wellington. I won't even lock my hands. I'll just start moving my hips into him. I'll get my throw that way. Try that one more time. Right? I go for it, I get my lock, I feel him starting to come up, take pressure, great. Boom. Here I am. Go ahead, roll either into me or away from me. Rolls into me, I just lock that arm tight. Okay, and now another thing I might do from here. This one I like a lot because it's pretty cool. Often, once I lock it up, the guy will try to take pressure over his shoulder and I bring the arm around my neck and we'll just go shrug, climb behind position. Another way to get into our climb behind. One more time, right? I'll be working it, you bring it up, boom, shrug, keep it tight. Climb behind, I'm right behind him, okay? I didn't know for a long time who was stronger in this position, whether the guy with the seatbelt was or whether the guy with the overhook is. Since I found this, the beef Wellington, or just the Wellington, I feel that the guy in the seatbelt is clearly in the stronger position. As once I'm here, what type of offense do you feel you have from me?
Not too much.
Not too much, right? He pretty much wants out of the position. Now, since we're talking about this, it might not be quite as effective, but it seems to be very effective for my youth guys at the younger level, is to go for this from the feet, from an underhook. If I'm working from a deep underhook, a lot of times I might just come up into it right from here. Go ahead, wrestle me a little bit. Right? I can put a lot of pressure on him, go right into my moves. Puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder. Obviously, you got to go slow with it because you don't want to hurt the guy's arm and you don't want to get it potentially dangerous until you're in good position. But if you keep it tight, keep your overhook. If we're wrestling here and I just slide up into it, all right, there we go, I got him. It's a pretty strong position for me. Oh, got him. Definitely got him good now. Okay, excellent.